Happy New Year, guys. 2023. I know I'm a bit late. I'm a bit late. I'm a bit late, man, but the celebrations continued on until the start of January, until like the 3rd or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I have decided with this channel going forward, the content will be, it's going to be on relationships. It's going to be on men versus women. It's going to be on this whole debate system between men and women. I just find it so interesting, and I can only see it growing in that particular way. I'm going to be doing cringe moments between men and women. We're going to be doing rankings, women ranking men, men ranking women. And the reason why I've decided to do this subject is just purely because I just feel like it's a never-ending debate that we can all have. And the content I was doing before, which was music and stuff, don't get me wrong, it's really good for a short-term reactor or short-term content creator, but going long-term, you don't want to get yourself in trouble with copyright and copyright claims and all that stuff, because your channel can literally just go, it will just end up in the bin, all that hard work for nothing. So that's the reason why I will be reacting to these kind of videos, because it's share use. You know, I'm sharing the usage here. There's no music involved, so it's not all my own creation, but again, anything that I put into this video music wise, you know, we'll get away with it. But anyway, guys, Andrew Tate, man, I know this guy recently has just been arrested as well. Now they are taking away all of his cars apparently, because the police believe that he could have used those cars to transport this whole sexual organization. Apparently Andrew Tate and his brother have been running this whole sex trafficking organization. So I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I hope they haven't done this, because all of the things he's come out with, I've agreed on. I've been by his side. I haven't agreed on everything he said, but for the most part I've agreed with him, and I've stuck by him, and I've loved his content. So I hope this isn't true. Let's just get straight into this one.
Love her. I want to be her portal to the world. I want her to experience things through me and see things through me. So for that, I need a degree of innocence and purity for her. I want to be the first person to put her on a private jet. I want her to get on the jet and go, wow, I did it. Oh, you took me. It's like giving, you wouldn't want to give someone a Christmas present if they'd had 10 presents better than you beforehand. Yeah, would you? It's like, well, duh. Yeah. So as a man, so as a woman, what makes you attractive to a man, to a degree, is your innocence and your purity. This is very important. And it can go down to very basic, simple things. I'll tell you, if I walk in a club, do you know who the hottest girl in the club? It's the girl who isn't dancing, isn't twerking on fucking stage. That's surrounded by dudes. Girls, when girls want male attention in a club, they start drinking, twerking. That is the most revolting haram bullshit. I may want to fuck you, but I don't want to be with you. If you show me a girl sitting in the corner, shy, I'm like, good, she hasn't experienced too much life. I can show her things. And also, not just show her things. This is a very important point that I get attacked by the Matrix for, because they completely misunderstand me on purpose. As a man, if I'm out here struggling and leading and trying to lead my household, I also want a woman who shares my values.
So true, man. Like, as a guy, as a coming from a man's perspective, you want a woman, or you want a girlfriend that supports you all the way, and not, you can learn things off them, but they are more than willing to learn things from you. And being a man, being the one that, I'm not gonna say controls or leads the relationship, but most women want a man who does kind of lead the relationship in that way. But again, you can do it. It doesn't really matter who leads the relationship, but they just want someone you can both, you know, you need someone that you can learn off, not someone that isn't willing to learn and listen. You know, it's so hard to be, it must be so hard to be with someone like that. And it's so true, man. Like, and the thing is, when you're a single guy, you walk into a club, you're not bothered about the woman or the girl who's in the corner, ready to listen, ready to be open. All that's on your mind is, I'm not even going to say this, but I'm going to say it. It's like, where's the hose? Where's the hose at? Where's the girl that's dancing? Because you know that those girls are easy to get with. But the girls that are innocent and don't dance, and they're just there to have a good time, but they're not crazy and they're not looking for the attention, they're the ones that, if you want a relationship, you go for. But again, it's very rare that you'll find a girl in a club and end up being with her. It's quite rare. It's quite rare, and it's quite rare that she's gonna be loyal to you. I mean, if you've got one of those that's loyal to you, you're lucky.
I want to agree to educate my woman and show her things, and for her to agree with me. Like you said earlier, looking for a male role model. You want to be a role model to your woman. If she's too experienced with life, it's difficult to be a role model. If she's sitting there shy and quiet, you can come along and say, no, you know what? Don't take the fucking vaccine. Listen to me. And you can be a role model for her. You can't do that for a woman who knows too fucking much, knows too many dudes, been too many places. So it's this degree of purity that we're looking for that's super important.
I'm curious if you said if she's like done too many things, that's like bad, right?
Yes, correct.
So not. And I'm not even talking sexually, like been on a private jet. Yeah. I'm curious because I lived.
But how do you get on a private jet without sucking dick?
Oh, I was just curious because my dad's part of like he's top like 1% in terms of like income, and I was just curious, is it different if you did stuff with your dad?
Well, no, that's fine.
No, not like that. Not sexual. That's not. No, I'm not like.
She said private jet.
Yeah, private.
I know what you're saying. Well, I mean, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
But my point is that we're looking for a true degree of innocence inside of females, and it's that innocence is going to make us feel protective over them, and that the protectiveness is going to make us be good men.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when we're looking at society as a whole and how broken it is, I understand that men have a massive role to play, women have a massive role to play, but a lot of the paternal instincts and instinctual behaviors of men, because the instinctual behavior of men is to die for his woman. Mm-hmm. Like someone comes to try and take her, pull a sword, die to defend her, right? If you're going through life and you find that men don't really feel about you that way, that's because a lot of their instinct is being eroded by the fact that you, like you said, they look through your IG or they look through your life and you've lived so much life and they just feel like, there's nothing new I can bring to this girl's reality.
But I don't feel like that's true though, because like I think it's like I get what you're saying to a degree, right? But it's like you could be on a private jet 10 times, but it's going to be special because it's with you.
Yeah. Not for.
Do you know what's so funny, bro? Man's got. I mean, he's had his Satsumas, he's had his oranges.
You could be.
Look. So they all got Highland spring waters. Yeah, have a look at this. Look.
But it's going to be.
He's pulling out the sparkling water. The sparkling water. That's what he's pulling out. I know he was like, he's been, and another thing, he wasn't born in England. He was born in America and then he moved to England, Luton, right? If you're from Luton, you don't sound like a farmer. You don't sound like that.
Special because it's with you.
Yeah. Not for him, it isn't. Not for him. For him, it's special because it's your first time. Because men, maybe it's a biological predisposition. Maybe it's just the way we're designed. But let's tie it back to sex. Virginity, first time. It's not that you've done it. It's that you've done it with the first time with me. That's what is important. It's experience as a whole that men find. It's just the truth. Call me misogynistic, cancel me, whatever. I'm telling the truth. I always have done. It's experience of life as a whole that men, to a degree, find off-putting. We don't want a woman who's had a bunch of trauma, had a bunch of experiences, done a bunch of shit, knows a bunch of people, been a bunch of places. That's the absolute opposite of what we want. We want the complete polar opposite of that. And what's funny is women want men who have done those things. I'll tell you right now. Go out there and find a virgin woman and say, do you want to have your first boyfriend? Do you want to lose your virginity to a virgin man or a man or a man who's had a couple girls? She'll choose a dude with experience as a virgin herself. Experience is always coveted and respected in men. It's the opposite in women.
That's true.
So it's true. So we have to look at how fucked up the world is. Women, especially between their 18 and 28 or 18 and 25, let's say, are living these crazy lifestyles, these crazy lives with the most important people, richest people on the planet, doing everything that can be experienced under the sun. And then at 29, 30, some dude's expected to come along, know he's second place to X, Y, Z, and be happy with that.
That's true.
And not allow it to hurt his ego, and sit there and pick it up and put a fucking brave face on. It kills him every day inside. Yeah. That's the reality. He's in love with you, and you've been fucking where with fucking who? I can't afford a jet. I'm Joe Schmo. Okay. That fucking breaks their hearts.
Joe Schmo.
Do you think that hoes can ever be turned into housewives?
Okay, I'll answer that question, and the answer is actually, truthfully,
my man's always, he's got an answer for everything, man. I'm telling you.
Confused by. They can. If you're a good enough, high enough level man, you absolutely can turn a hoe into a housewife. But why the fuck would you? Because you don't have to. A man like me, I could, but I'm not low on options, so I would never decide to do that. If you're a billionaire, could you You know, you can find an old rusty car and rebuild it, or you can just buy a new one, right? So it's not about what could be done; it's about what will be done. So once women hit a certain status of man, I don't think women are stupid. I actually argue the fact that women have a beautiful intuition. I think that women, to a degree, their intuition is truly almost psychic. The number of times I've come home and she's like, "You were cheating," and I was like, "How the fuck did she?" You have intuition, and it's real. You guys are smart, right? And if they get to a certain echelon,
not always. They're going
to get to a guy eventually. They're going to stop at the buck and go, you know what? Where am I going to surpass this specimen? So I'm just going to behave for him. So you could turn a hoe into a housewife that way. But why would a man at that level want to do that?
Why do some guys at certain, and this is obviously a celebrity example, but I'm sure we can all think of examples in like day-to-day life where a guy with a lot of options does pick a hoe and like wife her, like for example, Kim and Kanye. Because Kanye clearly has options.
She did not want to be a housewife.
No,
she was a project.
Okay, I understand. I'm just asking because some guys do pick.
She was a project.
Yeah, they do, and it's a really
What are you talking about?
So Black Lives Matter released their 990 IRS filings. They collected.
And I have nothing bad to say about Kanye. In fact, I think a lot of the work he's doing now in terms of attacking the Matrix is important. But I can give you a generalized answer. But it's a man who is not true to his masculine imperative, which is going to fall for the propaganda machine, which is being...
It's pretty crazy what's happened to him. Like, the fact, it's almost like he... And the weird thing about this whole Matrix stuff, yeah, whether you believe it or not, it's the fact that he said, like, 2-3 weeks before he was arrested, he goes, if I keep going the way I'm going, like, with the media, coming on these podcasts... the things he's saying, the things that he's exploiting, the messages he's given out to us, the people that are in the Matrix itself. It's almost like now, I mean, especially myself, young men that are watching Andrew Tate. I mean, if you're a teenager, you're blessed to have this kind of dude. I don't even know why I said dude. This kind of man in your life now, because he's making you realize what the world is really like and how to kind of escape that ongoing cycle. And he said, if I keep going the way I'm going, the rate I'm going at, so I will either be arrested or killed. 2 weeks later, arrested for sex trafficking, which again, I don't know if it's true. It's just crazy. I'm sure it's like, what a coincidence, you know, like, it's just crazy. Same thing with Kanye West being cancelled off everything. Brands are pulling him off left, right, and centre. There's got to be someone behind this mechanical machine. I don't even make any sense. This engine, this force that is being driven in humanity. There's got to be someone or something or people behind this, man. It's just
believe that. All the crap that is
crazy.
Being told by society, like a female's past doesn't matter and all this shit doesn't matter. This is what's interesting in the fight against the Matrix, because people always say to me, Andrew, why do you come here and say all these things? They're literally trying to destroy your life for what you say. And the truth is, as a man, you have two choices. You either fight against the programming and the brainwashing they're trying to put inside of all of our minds, or you end up fighting against yourself. If you're a man and you sit down and you believe the garbage that society's telling you about how society functions between men and women, you're going to end up getting fucking wrecked, like these dudes do. They sit there and go, just because she's fucked everyone doesn't mean she'll do it again. Just because, and they sit there like dummies and they get fucking wrecked, right? You have to sit there as a man and go, no, I don't give a shit what society's telling me. I understand something baseline about humanity, right?
Yeah.
And that's why they make these poor choices. And a lot of men do make these poor choices, but it's only in the West. It's only in the West where this propaganda machine exists. You will not find a Russian billionaire doing this dumb shit. You will not find a Chinese billionaire doing this dumb shit. You do not go to Saudi and find a sheikh doing this dumb shit. None of it. You only find it in the West.
Do you think the values of the West are spreading?
What values?
So
name a value of the West.
Sorry.
Name a value.
Sorry, I might have misspoke.
Ideal.
I mean,
even Pearl's getting. If you don't know who Pearl is, yeah, she is. For me, she's really good for men. She's been really good, man. She's backed us online on social media. She hasn't had one bad thing to say about men. She's always been not against women in that way, but she's always arguing. She's always asking these modern women, what's up? And even I've never seen her do that. I've never seen her. I'm not saying he tries to shut her down, but I've never seen her be challenged before.
I mean, like the ideas of the West. Like I've just gotten I get messages from people like from all over, and like in places like India, I've heard feminism is spreading there. Like I've heard that. Do you not find that to be true?
So firstly, the West has no value. The only thing the West seems to defend fervently is LGBT. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm not. I'm just saying it's the only thing that they'll stand up and fight for. I don't know why. It's weird. Like this, they don't care about anything else. They don't care about children going without child support. They don't care about people dying in wars. They don't care about our parents being in parenting homes. They don't care about crime. They don't care about no one being able to pay their energy bills. They don't care about nothing. But they give a shit for some reason about this one thing, and they'll fucking throw the flag all around the world.
Surrounded around sex.
That's all they care about. It's fucking strange. So that's the first thing about the values of the West. Second thing, the harder society and the harder the life is as a whole, the longer it's going to take for feminism to spread. Feminism only exists in a vacuum of an easy life. If you're living in a society like India, where life is hard, feminism disappears, because the harder life is, the closer people naturally revert to their gender roles. If you got a bunch of 10 men, 10 women, stranded them on a desert island, and they had to survive, very quickly the men would do men shit and the women would do women shit. There'd be very little talk about feminism and equality, and all this shit would fucking vanish.
So true, bro. Right? So true.
In countries where life is harder, feminism can't take hold, because feminism can only exist in a vacuum of a very privileged life. I'm sure there's some kid in India who didn't get laid off some chick and he's complaining she's a feminist. There's a bunch of dumb shit, right? But I think the world is going to get a lot harder. I think the world is cyclical. I think it's been easy for a while. I think hard times are coming. And when hard times come, people are going to naturally revert to what gives them the highest chance of survival, which is gender roles, right? I have the best chance of survival being a man, and a woman has the best chance of survival being my woman. That's how she's going to function.
Do you think women typically are happier as housewives rather than a career?
That's crazy, isn't it?
Well,
depends on the career.
No,
depends on the man.
When it comes down to survival, feminism doesn't even become a question. Like, imagine you had like 10 men or 2 men going, I want to start the fire. I'm stronger. I can chop down logs. I can chop down trees. I know how to start. Imagine you'd hear the women going, no, you're not doing that because you're a man. That's not fair. Why don't we get a shot? That wouldn't even happen.
The answer is absolutely and utterly yes, because giving life is the most beautiful thing a female can do. That's what you've evolved.
All right, we're going to end it there. I don't want this video to be too long. We're going to end it there. I just wanted to hear a few things of what Andrew Tate had to say, and I don't want my channel being blocked. I don't want anything to happen because of what's happened with him. That's just YouTube, man. That is just. I'm pretty sure something similar happened to Pearl as well. I might have been the most popular, most viewed video on her channel, where I think they either took it down or they blocked it or they stopped monetization on it because of Andrew Tate. So I don't want that to happen. But yeah, guys, man, it's feminism, LGBTQ, all these things that, especially in the UK, that we are all surrounded on, and it's like the most popular thing in society. I mean, not just America, but even in like the UK, even in not even Europe, just the UK. It's like, it's so true. It's like, why are we not bringing up world hunger in the media? Why are we not talking about energy bill? Like, it's so true. It's so bloody true. It's like we're so surrounded with this LGBT. Oh yeah, it's all gender. It's all about gender. It's like, who cares? Because if it did come down to survival, which is spot on, no one would say nothing.